Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Portal 2 blind. So without further ado, let's go forward.
If the Enrichment Center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
So I guess... Okay, there's a button here. But what does that do? Okay, so I can take the cube, which should activate this, and it just creates a flight of stairs for me. So can I... Because if I put a portal here, I won't be able to reach it. I could take this cube, unless I can take a second one. Apparently not. Yeah, because if I take it from here, I won't be able to bring it up here, because even if I place the blue portal right here, I won't be able to jump into the orange one. So I guess I have to do something else here. Maybe this will allow me to get... Okay, so this is some kind of a timed event, but... Okay, so I need to place a portal here for the cube to fall out, and then presumably raise this, like, quote-unquote shield to prevent it from sliding into the acid or something. Okay, that didn't really work. I think I got it stuck up there, which might be a problem. But I guess if I spawn another one, this one is just going to disintegrate, much as it did happen with the first one. Okay.
Well done. The Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone. All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm kind of suspicious about that quote-unquote pre-programmed voice. Evacuation, already saw that. Because as I mentioned in the previous episode, it sounds far too nonsensical and crazy to be something that they've actually developed consciously. Please remain calm.
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
like I get it's funny, but I just can't buy it as something that the Aperture Science company would consciously develop, like as a pre-programmed thing. So for now I'm sticking to my theory that it's actually GLaDOS using a voice modulator or something, because those kinds of deranged statements definitely suit her. I wonder if it's going to comment if I destroy the cameras, because it did in Portal 1. Apparently not. And I can no longer throw it, which is also interesting. So how am I supposed to fling myself if I can't place a portal on any of those surfaces? I guess... yeah, right. It even has a similar pattern, you know, this kind of ledge, as it did in Portal 1. But I also need a cube of some sorts. Oh, right, there is one here. So how am I supposed to transport it up there? Maybe I can launch it by throwing it down. I don't think there's enough force behind that for that to work. Although that wasn't the smoothest throw, so maybe I'll try it again. Did I do it? Maybe. Yeah, I guess I did.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
Okay. So where is the... okay, so the orange portal is here. So again, I'm supposed to fling myself. And I guess this is amid the acid, so if I miss the jump... although I think it was just a regular floor. I misjudged it. Okay, so now place it here. Now, on one hand, it was explained in Portal 1 why Chell never takes fall damage, because she has those apparatus on her legs, like weird braces, leg braces or something, or like weird extended heels. And I guess I can buy that, but this sequence made me wonder why she doesn't, how is it like, why she doesn't kill herself when you fling her at the wall. I was going quite fast there, and you would imagine she would have smashed across that wall and broken most of her bones. But I also understand that the game would be massively annoying if it worked this way, so there are necessary compromises between realism and gameplay.
Good work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, bold, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not start with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
Okay, I already saw that. Although I'm not sure what's that depicting. Like, what are those? Are those supposed to be trees? I guess so, because I would imagine this is showcasing evacuation protocols, and obviously when evacuating a building, especially a big one like a school or a factory or a facility, there is usually a designated like evacuation spot on the outside where all of the people are supposed to gather. So I would guess this is it.
To ensure that sufficient power remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
Now again, this is just wrong. Like, no matter how cynical or unethical a company is, a sane person would never record something like this for the test subjects to hear. And keep in mind, all of those PSAs are supposed to be pre-recorded, which makes no sense to me. It kind of breaks my immersion because it's just so nonsensical. So yeah, I'm still hoping that it's actually GLaDOS, because because it would certainly suit her to say things like that, because she's insane. So if it turns out to be GLaDOS, I will actually be quite happy with that, both on the immersion level and also on the, like, I guess the twist level. But if it turns out that it is indeed a pre-recorded message, then I'm going to be quite annoyed at that, actually. Like, perhaps even more than I should. Some of you might think it's such a small detail, and I'm so, like, preoccupied with this, but it's really bothering me.
Hey! Aye, I'm up here! Oh, brilliant! You did find a portal gun! Oh, do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave. Pop a portal on that wall behind me there, and I'll meet you on the other side of the room. Okay, listen, let me lay something on you here. It's pretty heavy. They told me never, never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail, or I would die. But we're out of options here, so get ready to catch me, all right, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3! That's high. It's too high, isn't it, really, that? All right, going on 3 just gives you too much time to think about it. Let's go on 1 this time. Okay, ready? 1. Catch me, catch me! Ow! Ow. I'm not dead! I'm not dead! I can't move then. That's the problem now. Are you still there? Could you pick me up, do you think? If you are there?
Now, I wonder if he would have a different dialogue if I catched him. I can assume he did.
Can
He
you
would
pick me
have,
up, please?
and I'm kind of sad that I didn't. But
Oh, brilliant!
I
Thank
guess
you. Great. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah, and I'll show you something. You'll be impressed by this. Go on,
Again,
jam me in over there.
this game kind of encourages me to stall, because I just want to hear all of the different lines he has when he's getting annoyed with you.
Right on that stick over there. Just put me right on it. It is tricky. It is tricky, but just plug me in, please.
Yeah, I guess it could be tricky for someone with real brain damage, which, incidentally, like, it's actually quite hilarious
Plug
when
me
I
into
think
that
about
stick
it,
on the wall over there.
because...
I'll show you something.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching. Seriously, I'm not joking. Could you just turn around for a second?
It was quite funny how he rolled his eye, and he literally rolled his eye.
I can't do it
This
if you're
whole
watching.
part. like swiveled, and now I'm wondering if it's something weird regarding like animations, and they want me to turn away so that they don't have to program that
I can't do it if
animation.
you're watching. If you
Well,
just turn around. Alright, you can turn around now. Secret panel that I opened while your back was turned. Pick me up, or let's get out of here.
so I guess this is.
Would you pick me up? Would you pick me up? Hand off.
Again, I am kind of getting annoyed by him. Like, I find him quite endearing, mostly because of his voice. He has a really funny, like not funny but friendly sounding and I guess funny also voice. So I do find him endearing, but I also find him kind of annoying because he never shuts up, and it's difficult for me to comment on anything without cutting him off, or him cutting me off. I guess that depends on your perspective. But what I wanted to comment again about earlier, it's actually kind of ironic because, like, technically, I like as in I, the player, do have brain damage. Like, in a strict technical terms, a part of my brain, a couple of millimeters, is missing because of a complication at birth. I do have cerebral palsy, so and cerebral palsy, despite what some people may think, is not actually a disease. It's literally brain damage. Like, it can have different causes. In my case, it was a case of asphyxiation at birth, which limited the oxygen supply to my brain, and part of it just died. So it makes it kind of funny to me because whenever Wheatley here is implying that the character has brain damage, I remember that I do in fact have brain damage.
Look at this! No rail to tell us where to go. Oh, this is brilliant. We can go wherever we want. Just hold on though, where are we going? Seriously. Hang on, let me just get my bearings. Just follow the rail, actually.
I guess he's quite cute. Like, in a way he moves, his whole eye swivels. He turned around to take a look at the road. It's really interesting to me because it's such a simple design, like in theory, but they do so much with it, and I guess I'm kind of impressed. It's really cool. And also about my brain damage, I often, like, I sometimes kind of use it as an excuse, mostly before myself. Like, sometimes when I have problems with some activities like puzzles or especially spatial awareness, I like to pretend that it's because those particular skills were contained in that part of the brain which I lost, which actually I can't rule it out. There is like there isn't like 100% certainty that it isn't the case. It might very well be, but it's not proven one way or another. Most of my difficulties have to do with movement. I wonder what would happen if I just discarded him. Like, I'm actually tempted to try it, as monstrous as that is, so I'm going to save. Wonder which button was the quick save. I think F9. Yep. I'm going to save and just throw him off the railing. Oh. Oh. I guess it simply doesn't let me do it, which I guess is kind of smart because it limits the amount of lines and amount of scripts that you have to put into the game. But it's also kind of disappointing. I was really sort of looking forward to that, but I guess I can get him killed.
No. Yes.
But
Hello. We're not stopping. Don't make eye contact. Whatever you do. No. Thanks. We're good. Appreciate it. Keep moving. Keep moving.
I guess I can get him killed by getting him shot by the turret. Well, I can't. Which I guess good for him, and I do feel a little bit diabolical right now, plotting his demise like that, but I'm just curious. So I guess this turret is inactive or defective in some way.
Probably ought to bring you up to speed on something right now. In order to escape, we're going to have to go through her chamber, and she will probably kill us if she's awake. If you want to just call it quits, and we could just sit here forever, that's an option. Option A, sit here, do nothing. Option B, go through there, and if she's alive, she'll almost certainly kill us. So, if you've got any reservations whatsoever about this plan, now would be a tremendous time to voice them. Right now. In case you thought
Yeah, and
yourself,
I can say...
I've missed the window of time to voice my reservations. It's still open.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can't speak. So even if I wanted to say something, I can't. But I guess this brings an interesting thing to mind, because obviously he's talking about GLaDOS. And earlier I was talking about how Wheatley himself looks kind of like one of the cores of GLaDOS that fell off of her in the first game, but from what he's from what he's talking about and from the way he sounds, he obviously regards himself as a distinct personality, as a distinct character, as a distinct quote-unquote person, and he's clearly afraid of GLaDOS. So maybe he isn't a core, or if he is, then maybe he's one of the redundant ones, like maybe he's something that GLaDOS considers useless, like a morality core, or presumably, if anything, maybe he's like a humor core, like a comic core or something. It wouldn't surprise me if GLaDOS had one of those, because she's actually quite hilarious when you think about it. She cracks a lot of jokes. Wait. Is that actually... Yeah, I guess it is. I guess this is the exact same chamber at the end of... Well, no, wait. It can't be. It can't be the exact same chamber at the end of Portal 1, because I'm sure Portal 1 didn't have those kind of doors. Like this design, it wasn't in Portal 1, so it can't be the same chamber in which I fought GLaDOS in Portal 1. Portal 1 had those kind of doors, like this one at the end. For a second I was confused, because the design of this chamber kind of looks similar, and also the way how the ceiling is cracked and reveals the sunlight made me think of Portal 1, but now I am kind of confused. I guess it's going to resolve itself.
Okay, I'm going to leave the cards on the table. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go in there. Don't go in there. She's off. She's off. Don't panic over. She's off. All fine. On we go.
So it has to be the same chamber. It's just because obviously this is GLaDOS's quote-unquote corpse, her remains, the rubble. But I guess the design is just a little bit different.
There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly. Like a proper maniac. Do you know who ended up taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human. I know. I wouldn't have believed it either. Apparently this human escaped, and nobody's seen him since. Then there was a sort of long chunk of time where absolutely nothing happened. And then there's us escaping now. So that's pretty much the whole story. You're up to speed. Don't touch anything.
It's actually her. Because it was me, but I guess Wheatley doesn't know that. I wonder if he's going to ever learn that, because obviously Chell is not going to tell him, because she doesn't speak. So there's that. So I can't drop him for now, which means, oh, and this is the incinerator into which you threw the various cores of GLaDOS during the boss fight. There was like a booth here, which I guess this is the remains of the catwalk that brought you there. But I feel like I can't 100% prove it, because obviously I don't remember every detail of the design, but I'm pretty certain this chamber doesn't actually match the chamber from Portal 1 exactly.
Okay, down these stairs. Jump! Actually, look at it. That's quite a distance, isn't it? Okay, you know what? Go ahead and jump. You've got braces on your legs, so you're all set. Although no braces on your arms, though. So you're going to have to rely on the old human strength to keep a grip on the device, and by extension, me. So do really make sure you keep a grip on me. Also, a note: no braces on your spine either. So don't land on that. Or your head. No braces there. That could split like a melon from this height. So do definitely focus on landing with your legs.
Yeah, that's actually something.
Because I'll be honest, there's no evidence of it. You know, I'm not like just a plastic cup. We will be landing with some force, so bit of grip. Just using grip, classic grip. Right, let's go. Jump. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, I just thought about the worst thing that could happen there. Oh, I just thought of something even worse. Better plan, a new plan. No imagining of any potential outcomes whatsoever. Okay, just jump. Just jump into the abyss and see what happens. Oh, it's still there. It's still in my head.
I'm waiting for him to shut up, but I'm worried that he's never going to. But what he was talking about was actually something I myself wondered about like 20 minutes ago or something. You know, how is it that Chell, like, I understand her not breaking her legs when falling, but how is it that she doesn't break anything else? Like, it's an interesting thought, because obviously it's because of the gameplay. Like, they wouldn't it wouldn't be fun if you just constantly killed yourself by slamming into the wall, but I guess it's cool that they at least acknowledged that in a way, acknowledged that it's a thing.
Ah! Oh, still being held. That's a great job. You've applied the grip. We're all fine. That's tremendous. I just looked down. I do not recommend it. I've just done it again.
Still can throw him, which I do get.
This is the main breaker room. Let's go in. Look for a switch that says escape pod. All right, don't touch anything else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else. Just, well, obviously you've got to look at everything else to find the escape pod. But as soon as you look at something that doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing, all right? But don't touch anything else or look at anything. Well, look at other things, but don't. You understand? Can you see it anywhere? I can't see it anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on. Let there be light. That's, God. It's quoting God. Oh, yeah, it's turning. Ominous. But probably fine, as long as it doesn't start, moving up. Now, escape pod. It's moving up. Okay, no, don't worry, I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster. Uh-oh.
Power up initiated.
Oh.
Okay, don't panic, alright? Stop panicking.
Damn it.
I can still stop this.
I guess she's assembling herself.
Okay, it's fine, I'll just hack. Not a problem.
I guess GLaDOS is assembling herself back together.
A-A-A-A-A-C. Wait, did I do big? Okay, start writing these down.
Power up, complete.
I don't. Okay, listen. All right, new plan. Act natural. You've done nothing wrong. Hello?
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered
You
me.
did what? Oh no! No! Oh no! Yeah.
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science.
Wait,
You
did she
monster.
kill him?
I will say, though,
Did
that
she
since
kill
you went to all
Whitley?
the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
So a couple of things. First of all, is Whitley dead? Like, forever? If it is so, then, like, I'm not really sad. I wouldn't say I'm sad, but I'm definitely
Here we are, the incinerator room. Be careful not to trip over any parts of me that didn't get completely burned when you threw them down here. The dual portal device should be around here somewhere. Once you find it, we can start testing, just like old times.
okay. I hope she's not going to talk as much as Whitley. But first of all, if Whitley is dead, like forever, then I kind of feel bad about it. But mostly because it seems such a waste. Like he was definitely an interesting and a kind of like endearing character, and it was really quick that he was disposed of. So I hope he's going to return, like maybe we repair him or something. Second of all, it seems to me that GLaDOS's voice is actually a little bit different. I can't exactly pinpoint it, but I think she's sounding a little bit more human. Third, I guess her being dead up until this point disproves my theory that the automated PSA system, the male robot voice, was actually her in disguise, which I do feel kind of bad about also, because it means that the Aperture Science people really pre-recorded all of those insane messages about androids reading the whatever laws of robotics or whatever, and the Animal King takeover, which really strains my my suspension of disbelief. And the final thing, what was it? Yeah, I have to call bullshit on Chell surviving that fall. Like, leg braces or not, she should be dead. Like, let's face it, she should be dead from that. But I guess that's all for now. So I'm going to save, and that's all for this video. And wait, what? This is actually more than a little bit embarrassing, because I accidentally clicked quick load instead of quick save, so I had to redo like the last 10 minutes or something. More like 5 minutes or 7 or whatever. But anyway, I was going to quick save, yeah, exactly, and end this episode here. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.